You know, today's been a pretty, I'm gonna say, like emotionally successful day. I would say, it's been pretty cathartic in multiple senses of the word. It's going to be kind of the companion piece to the. I think I'm naming I'm done. Accepting what this is. I'm glad that I was able to feel, what all this is kind of has been for me. Able to let those emotions kind of come out. A lot of times, most of my life, I haven't really been able to allow my frustration and anger to come out because so many people, didn't feel safe around me when I would do those things. But now that I understand, I can't really take those people's feelings into account because I'm feeling them at this. I'm the one kind of dealing with it, so I have to kind of do something with them. So I'm allowing myself to feel, excuse me, these feelings, and just kind of move forward and move on. But I and ultimately I am extremely thankful, not grateful, thankful for these opportunities to see the world for what it is and to see what is needed, right? I think that's like the main thing. That is what this is a lot of what is going on in the environment is this a giant cry for help. So many people, they want to see, what's coming next, and they want to be a part of it. They just don't know how, you know what I'm saying? So, when I call people incompetent, or when I call, this situation retarded, I don't mean that in a cruel way. I mean that just to be as a fact. You know what I'm saying? Comparing this to other parts of the world, other parts of the country, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why Cleveland has the reputation that it has. It's because we are just a very mediocre group of people. Like, truly, we are constantly accepting mediocrity when that doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to live in that world. Truly, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to make 10 great people while sacrificing 100,000 others. You know what I'm saying? One of the main reasons why I'm doing this, once again, is because I'm just tired of being around miserable people. Truly, like, how can you enjoy yourself and have fun when no one else around you is on the same wavelength? You know what I'm saying? There's a few times in my life where I felt like I can actually enjoy myself around a group of people, in the environment that I was in. None of those times were in Cleveland. Not a single one of those times. It's just like there's no need for it when the foundation is already here. You know what I'm saying? It's just people we don't have the people. We truly don't have the talent here to host these people. Essentially, even though they are born here, many talented people are born here, but they can't stay because of the mediocrity here. You know what I'm saying? So they take their talent someplace else. I do not blame them. It's happening less now, but even then, the most talented people from here do not stay. They are constantly begging to leave because they can't breathe here. It's impossible, man. It's claustrophobic. It's for a reason. Everything's for a reason. It's builds character and all that. But at the end of the day, man, it doesn't. Once again, it doesn't have to be this way. Other cities aren't like this. They don't. They want to keep their talent there and to truly build something that's bigger than themselves. And today has definitely been one of those days where I am just taking inventory of it, and I am like accepting the death of the person who was just kind of waiting to see, just checking to see who was here, checking the pulse of what the city is and what the people are here are all about. At least the people who I was kind of, entertaining, I guess. That's the best way for me to explain it. And it's just at the end of the day, man, y'all just don't got it. The vast majority of you're not very blunt. You're not very direct. You talk a lot of shit. You project quite a bit of projection. You know what I'm saying? Have all every criticism for me in the book, but for some reason you don't want to criticize yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then whenever you get some smoke in return, you want to get all defensive and be like, I have a family, I have this, I have that. And it's like, you understand the people that you're abusing, they also might have a family as well, correct? You know what I'm saying? You seem to only really truly care about yourself, right? You probably don't even care about your family. You just care that they're an extension of you. That's probably as far as that goes, right? You probably, the first people that you bully is probably your family. So that's probably what that is. But yeah, it's just me, accepting that death and moving on to accept what this truly is. There was a crow up on the power stand up there, like 10-15 minutes ago, and they were here also for a while that first week, during my birthday week, communicating with each other, watching me, making sure that everything was all good. And I think as crows, as they do, they are sending energies and things from one place to another. That was kind of the death of what I thought this was as well. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, I haven't really seen the crows here. But I've just been chilling here, having some dinner, and saw the crow there. Just chilling up there, doing this. It's normal communication calls, and I'm assuming that's what it was here for too. It was here for the death of what I am willing to accept. You know what I'm saying? What I'm willing to entertain. At the end of the day, I have to kind of, like I said in the first part of this video, this is probably going to come out like at 6 p.m. The first part's going to come out at 6 a.m. This is just me just no longer entertaining this, because I'm just not getting my needs met. I made the video about the effects of long-term isolation and me trying to build community and all that other stuff, which is very true. But I understand now today that a lot of my frustrations, a lot of what this anger is coming from, is me just not getting my needs met, and me being frustrated at myself for thinking that you guys even have the capacity to truly meet my needs, right? You guys can't. You've never been able to meet anyone who has been ambitious and creative and just talented. You have never been able to meet any of our needs ever in the history of this city. You have never been able to do it, at least long term, right? It's never happened. No one who was born here was ever truly able to make roots and build something truly great, otherworldly here in Cleveland. At least without, selling their soul or just kind of, drinking the Kool-Aid, essentially. You know what I'm saying? That's not possible here. It's not in the cards. You have to kind of, just go with the flow and not rock the boat here because of the Wizard of Oz shit. All the bullies that are here because they can't make it anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You know what I'm saying? The worst of the worst is here. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Irish. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily have a beef with any specific group, and I know there's a lot of really good Irish, especially the East Siders. They've always treated me pretty well. But the West Siders, they just think they're holier than thou. You're mediocre as fuck. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? For 13 years, I wasn't impressed by any of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all knew it right from the jump set. I was dunking on y'all since day one. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying either. It was I had no competition in that place, truly, and I still couldn't make any traction because of what it was and what this city is. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of something that I had to accept, and that's the reason why they did what they did, because they were just so salty, and I was just kind of, lack of a better word, fucking them for years. I was just giving it to them. You know what I'm saying? I did not care. Truly. And that was them kind of projecting what I was doing to them back to me. And it's like, hey, I appreciate you. I definitely, I see how you feel. And yeah, you gotta have to do. I didn't really need for y'all to kind of send me kind of. That's what I'm looking for. Kind of like crash out. I'm blanking on the word, but I didn't need for y'all to kind of commit suicide, essentially, right? Just because I rejected y'all, essentially. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't want to be a part of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I was not going to. If I would have known consciously, truly what that was, I would have never went along with it. I would have kind of done more to stop that years ago. But I just did what I normally do, was just kind of had my fun, play with my food a little bit, and yeah, I had a good time overall. So, there's no victimhood over here, but at the same time, it's just got a burp coming. But at the same time, this is this seeing the mediocrity that's here, failing to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of hanging on by a thread. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many people just keep pretending that they are the ones who kind of keeping this thing running. Keeping the lights on. There's so many other minorities in this city that are just running laps around y'all. Like truly, like I'm talking about this Irish. It's the people who are just in the positions right now. There's plenty of black people, plenty of white people. You know what I'm saying? That just do this. That y'all just don't got it. And the only way that we're ever going to learn is if we gentrify the hell out of this city. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to like raise the prices to where we're the same as Seattle, where people can't afford to live here. But I want to gentrify it from like a energy sense, from an actual I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I'm trying to air out the city to where you just kind of have to prove that you actually got some skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? That you're really out here doing this shit, not just pretending, not just kind of playing the capitalist game and putting on the costume and just putting on the performance. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can do that. That's not what this needs to be. Even though I know this is a city of artists, I get that, but at the same time, we can be way more transparent than what we are. And the constant projection is truly just once again a cry for help from people who just don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even mad at y'all. Truly, I never have been, never will be. But it's like it's something that I am just taking inventory of. But I'm no longer entertaining this. When I say when I'm going up there Monday and taking what I need, I mean that. You know what I'm saying? It's necessary moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And people need to do that more often. People need to take what's needed. Not fighting nature, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Truly get out there and get what you need. Because we live in a country of abundance. There's more of so much. There's this insane. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that I noticed when I went to see two apartments, that they'd have so many vacant spots in there. It's like, why are we pretending right now? Like truly, why are we pretending that this city is something that it's not? That's something else that needs to die. Is this holier than thou kind of better than other people facade people are putting on in this city. You know what I'm saying? I understand that this was, they had like Millionaires Row and Cleveland was something truly great once upon a time, but even then that was a facade. Even then that was never going to last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like this needs to be a place where you can just kind of get in where you fit in. Truly, your needs are going to get met. And even if it's going to be kind of like a transit city or like a transplant city, where people kind of come here, kind of build roots for a little bit and maybe go someplace else, but kind of just come back here every once in a while. That's better than what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Truly, the pretending that we're doing here is just just no one believes us. No one truly is buying what we're selling. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that is a lot of things that just needs to happen. Truly. And I'm accepting death for what it is and the depth of what this is. This is what this is. Truly, it's the death of all the facades, the depth of the illusions that are just going on around us every single day. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a big part of it. But also, on the community sense, I'm also accepting the death of the fact that I'm never truly going to have the community that I'm looking for here with the people here, most of the people here, right? If I'm lucky, this time next year, I might have 2 or 3 people that I'm close to, like truly. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting the worst, but hoping for the best. I'm just accepting that for what it is, because so many people can't even see me. You know what I'm saying? Like truly, they can't. They see what they want to see, and they're constantly projecting and lying to themselves. You know what I'm saying? I have a pretty decent understanding of human biology, to where the fact that you're even speaking about me, the fact that you're even my my presence is even in your vocabulary tells me everything I need to know about you, how you feel about me, and that you keep projecting and lying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I was walking down West 25th, going to the Rapid. You know, I'm always people, you know, doing whatever they're doing. But you know, there's these group of white people, you know, 3 white girls and 2 white dudes, and one of the white girls made a comment. You know, I think we were walking past Mitchell's ice cream, so she was looking at the menu. She was like, "Oh wow, that's really delicious, but I don't think I can eat that." And obviously, she was referring to me, and it's like, why are you lying to yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't want to eat that, you wouldn't have spoke about it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of triggers that going in your head that lead to you even saying things out loud, that your biological need to speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all you want is me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stop lying. But I'm gonna let people live their lives and kind of, you know, do the copes that they need to do. You know what I'm saying? You are no different from the white girls that I grew up around, who were like terrified to speak to me, who were just madly in love with me. All of a sudden now you're just like, why even speak on that? Why even say I'm one thing but say that you wouldn't do it? Of course you would do it. You would do it in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? You would do it the first chance you get. You know what I'm saying? If I came up to you and offered it to you, you absolutely would. You absolutely would. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's my frustration. Not with her, you know what I'm saying, love her, you know, Godspeed, but that's just what Cleveland is. You know what I'm saying? There's so much of that here in Cleveland, even in the West Side. You know, the supposed superior side, they're constantly projecting, constantly lying to themselves. Or once again, I just don't see that community truly being born in the way that I think it is. So I'm accepting the death of that. But I know I'm still going to have to build it, even if I only had, like, let's say 2, 3, 4 people with me. That's better than nothing. You know what I'm saying? I might not have the amount of people that I thought I was going to have at the beginning, but at the same time, as long as I have something, as long as I have something that's tangible, that's all I truly need. And I know it's downtown, right? I know it's not going to look like the way that I think it's going to look like, but it's still going to be tangible. It's still going to be there. I just have to take it for what it is, and to take what I need. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, starting Monday, I'm going down there. I'm taking what I need. You know, I'm not going to be cruel about it. I'm not going to be a bully about it. But that's kind of what this is. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the situation that I'm in. With my whole situation. I'm just tired of going back and forth. I'm tired of the fuckery that's going on at my unit with the dude there. You know, I'm not even gonna speak to him truly, because he's being a complete unhinged bitch right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with him at all. I appreciate him letting me stay there, but the fact that, once again, just like everybody else, refuses to speak to me. When he wants to speak to me, I have nothing to say to this dude, right? Nothing to say to yo. I have nothing to say to him. I have nothing to say to the police. I have nothing to say to so many people who are just dying to speak to me, but they don't have the courage to speak to me. That is truly something that is just like, you know what? I'm just not going to entertain this anymore. I don't care what your status is. I don't care who your parents are. I do not care. You clearly are not competent in this area. You know what I'm saying? You need to sit your ass down and just reevaluate what this is. Because you will not be able to stay afloat anywhere else being this mediocre. You know what I'm saying? You would not. But this is Cleveland, Ohio, the city of mediocrity. And that's kind of what this is. I love y'all, but the vast majority of y'all, I'm going to have to love y'all from a distance, because I just cannot deal with this cowardice. I can't deal with it. I truly cannot. I understand that, you know, it's coming across as cruel, calling people cowards. Just even getting to this far, you know, it takes a lot of courage to, you know, put yourself in my presence and to show some semblance of wanting to help. But the way that you're doing it is not it. It is not it. Trust me. Other parts of the country are not like this. You know what I'm saying? I had so many instances of women coming up to me, other parts of the world, other parts of the country, but for some reason you Cleveland women just can't do it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand why y'all are so mediocre. I truly don't get it, right? But it's like this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm accepting it for what it is, and I still love y'all. I'm still going to be here for y'all, because y'all don't know any better. I don't know any better. None of us knows better. You know what I'm saying? This isn't like a problem or a bug. You know what I'm saying? It's not like an issue. It's just kind of what this is. But I also see, the younger generation are being more courageous. They're speaking their mind. They're putting their foot down. So I understand that this isn't, something that's like genetic. It's mostly environmental. You know what I'm saying? And now that our environments are getting better and people are understanding what this is, people are becoming more bold about how they feel and taking more risk in doing that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is for the future, for the next generation to truly, not have to go through all these growing pains, essentially, right? And that's kind of another death that is happening, the death of the environment that creates these people to just not be able to speak. You know what I'm saying? People want to say that I don't say anything. I am a man of very few words, because very few words need to be spoken in general. You know what I'm saying? There's no point going and doing all this shit talking that people are doing. Like I said, with the example with the white women, there was no reason for you to show me that you're a coward. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, that's what you just showed me, that you're a coward and you live in La La Land. You know what I'm saying? Why would you make that comment? Truly, why would you make that comment if you did not? Like, your rejection was my protection. Now the next time I see you, I'm gonna love you from a distance, because there's no point for you to even speak about me in any way other than how you truly feel. But people just don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why. I'm not going to sit up here and investigate why that is happening. I'm going to accept it for what it is and be like, this needs to stop. You know what I'm saying? People are constantly sabotaging themselves. And I was doing it for a while myself, so I'm not going to act like I'm no better, or act like I'm any better than y'all. But I understand. I feel like most of the people in this situation have like the most amount of clarity about what needs to be done. And once again, it's not my opinion, it's not my ego. It's shown around me in my environment. People are 100% rallying with me because they know this is how I feel. I'm just putting them into words. This is kind of my energy that I'm giving to people. You know what I'm saying? And they are constantly, once again, projecting. And they say one thing and they do another. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what's going on. And it's just it's we all do these things. I'm no different, but at the same time, I feel like I'm way more consistent than the average person here. So just accepting the death of this, accepting the death of what all this is. I even got off, when I got off the rap on West 17th, there was some black chick with dreads right in front of me. She was kind of playing with her dreads and doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, whatever, you're trying to get my attention, but you're not being direct. So I'm gonna keep on pushing. And we were kind of on the intersection between 117th and Madison, right? She was making a left going down to Madison, and I was too, but she was waiting for the traffic for whatever, even though we had the right of way, and I tried to, walk past her. I'm not sure why she was standing there, and she like booked it right in front of me. I'm like, okay, I guess, she didn't, without acting like she didn't notice me, even though she knew I was behind her, like she was playing with her hair and shit. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm not sure why you're doing that, but you're not being direct. I'm about to keep it pushing, I'm saying? I'm not sure if she wanted me to follow her, she wanted me to talk to her. I'm not making assumptions. I'm not entertaining this any further, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever she was planning on doing, and whatever that was supposed to be, the woman who was going to actually do that is going to be more direct than that. You know what I'm saying? That's not direct. For me, in my situation, that's not direct enough. It's just not. I'm not going to sit up here and entertain any nonsense from anybody, because if you're going, I'm accepting people for what they are. When they show me, you're showing me that you're not going to be direct with me. Now, when you're not going to all of a sudden be direct with me 10 years down the line. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need right now. I need people to be direct about what's going on with me. Who, if they want to be me, excuse me. And finally, somewhere anyway. Yeah, I can't accept that in my life, you know what I'm saying? Truly, how those people close to me who don't want to be direct when I know what that looks like. I know truly what that looks like, right? But I still commend her courage for doing whatever she was doing, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for that. But at the same time, I'm not entertaining that, truly, because it's not for me, and you will look at me differently if I did entertain that, you know what I'm saying? I'm only entertaining people who are direct about what they want from me and what they're planning on doing, you know what I'm saying? To some extent. So I'm gonna take the last lead. that I have, Monday, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let those people know what my situation is. I'm gonna be very blunt, very honest with them. And I'm gonna kind of just see where that leads. I don't have a whole lot of faith or hope that I'm going to be able to stay there. Truly, I just don't. I don't see it in the cards, but at least I know that there are people there who fuck with me. That's it. That's all I truly need. So I know hopefully there might be something in there that I can do, but I can't. Like I said in the companion video, I can't make money. It's not something that's in the cards with me because of what's going on, and this I can't do the traditional capitalism. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to attract everything around me. My main goal is my job to do what I'm doing, and kind of expose these bullies for who they are, and let them know that they're no longer welcome here. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Acting the way that they're acting. That's my job. I don't get paid for it with money, but I do get paid for it with the acceptance of the people, essentially. But shout out to that girl in the dreads. I love you, truly, but it's from a distance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what you were doing, where you were going. All you had to do is speak with me. All you had to do is say something. You know what I'm saying? But that's not in the cards. I'm not sure why she was doing all that. I appreciate her courage. Truly appreciate her courage. But the last chick that I was kind of dealing with for a little bit, she at least once again was being very open and very communicative about how she felt about me. That's the main reason, why I entertained it. I'm not doing anything less than that. Once again, she wasn't from here. I'm not sure where she was from, but she wasn't from Cleveland. And wow, once again, if I found another woman from Cleveland who has a little bit of more courage than what's going on here. But once again, I don't mean to be cruel. I understand the environment that's here that causes people to not have a whole lot of courage. Truly, you know what I'm saying? There's been some times where I wish I could have done more if I would have been in a different environment. We all could have done more. We've been in a different environment, but that needs to change. And even the people who are here now, even the people who are the same age as me, you know what I'm saying? Even though my brain isn't set, I'm still getting closer and closer to 40 at every single day. So I need to kind of make these changes now so it stays, stays permanent. But we can still make these changes in our lives, and to get that courage to truly, set those I guess boundaries might be the best word. People being like, hey, we're not accepting this anymore. We're not accepting your bullying. We're not accepting your mediocrity. We're not accepting any of this anymore. You're not going to give us what we need. We're going to take it, essentially. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of what this is. So that's basically what this is me accepting the death of that, me coming to terms with it. I feel so much more catharticism. That's cathartism. Whatever, autism. At least I got the courage to get diagnosed. So many people around, self-diagnosis is still valid, but some people they don't accept that's kind of what this is, and that's kind of why I give so many people grace, because we're very sensitive people at the end of the day, and I try to have that empathy, be like, hey, you know what, I get what this is. I'm not going to overstep where I need to be, at least in real time. I'll let y'all do what you gotta do and get what you need. But yeah, that's what this is. You know what I'm saying? It's if you need something from me, you don't have to be more direct. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what the last video was. It's kind of what this one is as well. I'm not entertaining anything else because it's not for me. I'm noticing that every single day. The things that are not direct are not for me. Truly, you know what I'm saying? Those two places I went to, they were not for me and to get my needs met. They were for me for something else. I still appreciate them. I still appreciate the people who sent me to those places, but those were not for me. In the present, I'm hoping the first place that I got, which is the last place I'm going, third time's a charm, as they say, that is for me, for my place to set up roots. But if not, I'm gonna find a place and I'm gonna set up roots myself. So that's pretty much what that is. But yeah, just want to get this out. I don't want to kind of think about this and kind of have this rehashing and all that fun stuff. But just getting to a place where I can just get consistent and have that foundation, because there's so many things I need to do right now that I can't because I don't have that foundation, and I'm waiting for something that isn't going to materialize. So I have to kind of go out there and do it myself. I know a lot of y'all are kind of waiting for me to do it, so that's happening next week. So tomorrow, I'm taking inventory. I'm doing what I need to do at the library, And but after that, Monday, that's what we're going down there to do. So get ready for it. Better days are definitely ahead, y'all. So I love y'all. Let's keep this bad boy going.